What's going on? Jordan from JLE Media, and today I'm going to be sharing with you one of our clients who is a plumber. He has spent about $2 million on Google Ads now. So we have a lot of data on what works and what doesn't. And I'm going to be showing you exactly how to build a profitable Google Ads campaign for your plumbing business so that you can scale your company using Google Ads. So whether you are a marketing agency, I know I have a lot of marketing agencies that watch my channels. I'm sure you're gonna be able to learn a lot on client fulfillment for your plumbing clients. And if you're a plumber and you're looking to grow your business and scale and finally figure out how the heck Google Ads work, then this video is going to be for you. So I'm going to be showing you the exact blueprint on how we've been able to scale this specific client. Obviously, we're going to blur out some things just for privacy information, but as you can see here, this is inside of one of my clients' ad account. This is one client here. As you can see, he spent about $2 million on this specific ad account. Obviously, it took some time to get there. And he's now currently spending about $150,000 every single month on his Google ads advertising. And that's bringing him back about anywhere between 400 to half $500,000 in revenue every single month. So definitely the return on investment is there. So basically every, $1 spent, you're getting about $4 to $5 back. Okay, so I'm gonna be sharing you guys the whole exact blueprint. And just to kind of confirm, you can see here we are targeting plumbing type keywords there, just so that you don't think it's a different type of niche. And then here is our call log. As you can see here in the last 30 days, and this is as of recent too, okay? In the new year of 2024, from January 7th to February 5th, we've generated 801 phone calls. This is 800 calls from people who are looking for a plumber, who's looking to get their drains unclogged, and they're searching, looking, finding, and calling you instead of you having to reach out to them. Okay. So I know a lot of you guys, you guys ran some type of Facebook ads, Instagram ads in the past, and they'll fill out like a contact form, and that gets sent to you, and then you have to follow up with the leads, and you end up having to chase the leads down, and the lead quality is just like terrible. Okay. That's not the case here with Google Ads because the intent is much higher, right? People who are looking for Google have the intent on purchasing or hiring your services, which is why Google Ads is one of the most profitable businesses in the world and the number 1 search engine in the world as well. So the platform is there. Okay. So just to recap here, spent close to $2 million. Our conversion rate is another thing that I want you to take note of, which is that we're at 31%. If you go and look at your Google Ads campaign, for those of you that has spent money on Google Ads in the past, chances are your conversion rate is probably nowhere near this. You might be in like the anywhere between the 8 to 12% range on the high end. And that's just goes to show that your campaign isn't converting, meaning that when people see your ad and they click on your ad, they're not converting into a lead for your business. Okay. And so we need to bump up that conversion rate in order to get people who click on your ads to convert into leads for your business. And I'm gonna be showing you guys exactly how to have a high conversion rate, how to get people to call you, and then just giving you guys as much information as possible from all the data that we've learned from spending about $2 million on the plumbing niche. Okay. So I'm going to jump into my Google Ads test account here. I'm going to show you guys exactly how to set it up. And if you guys don't have an ad account yet, just go to Google Ads, create an account. It's really simple, and connect your credit card. And then from there, you're going to be able to build out your campaign. Okay. So once you created your Google Ads account, it should look something similar to this. If it doesn't, you might need to change the view. It might look something like this, or it might look something like this. In this case, this is my MCC account actually. So let me go into my ad account. Okay. So here's what your ad account will look like. Okay. And what we need to do is we need to start off by creating a campaign. Okay, so it's really simple. You can click on new campaign here. You can click on the campaigns tab right here, and you can click on the plus there and create a new campaign. As you can see, I've created like previous test ad accounts just to show people how to run Google Ads. But in this case, we're gonna go click on new campaign, okay? From here, you're gonna get a bunch of different objectives. Jordan, which one do I go with? Should I go with sales, website traffic? What should I do? Okay. In this case, if we are looking to generate leads for your business, then ideally we want to go with the leads objective. Okay. There are some people that teach, create a campaign without goals guidance, and that's possible too. But I like to just tell Google right from the jump exactly what it is that we want, what is our goal. Okay. So we want leads. From here, don't worry about these conversion goals yet. I'll show you guys how to do that towards the end of this video. But just to make it really simple for you guys, don't worry about this. Hit continue. From here, select campaign type. We have search, display, shopping, video. Performance Max is this new campaign type that Google's been trying to push out. Demand Gen, something also new. Video is more for like YouTube ads. If you want to run YouTube ads, you can do video campaign type. But in our case, we're going to do search ads, okay? Meaning when someone searches for us on Google, we want our ad to pop up, right? So go with search. Here, we're not going to worry too much about our goals. Okay, we're going to leave that for now. And then campaign name, you can name it whatever you want, whatever that's going to help you remember. So in this case, maybe it might be for drain cleaning, okay? So our bread and butter for our plumbing clients as of late, it has been drain cleaning. So we just generate a ton of jobs for our plumbing clients in the drain space and the hydrojetting, along with emergency plumbing as well. So those are like been our bread and butter for our clients, and that's what we've been setting up consistently. Okay. So for this example, I'm gonna show you guys how to get more drain cleaning calls. From there, we're gonna hit continue. And then from here, we're going to, with the bidding strategy. Now, I would say like 90% of business owners who try to set up Google Ads themselves make the mistake of allowing Google to essentially control their campaign, okay? And what's happening here is Google wants to be in control of how much you're bidding, how much you're paying per click, how much you're paying for things, right? And is smart. I mean, they're the number one of the most profitable businesses in the world for a reason. Okay. And if you allow Google to be in control of your ad account, their goal is to make as much money as possible off of their advertisers. So if you allow them to be in control of your ad account and do the bidding strategies and do the biddings for you, chances are you're going to be paying more than if you were to just manually control things, okay? Manually bid on how much you're paying. So 90% of business owners do smart bidding. They'll do like a smart campaign, and they'll just like set up a campaign and say, "Hey Google, just run the advertising for me." And with that, yes, Google is going to get you some conversions and here and there, but you're going to be paying a premium fee because you're using Google's services essentially to run your ads for you. Okay. So I'm going to show you guys how to bypass that as well. But here, as you can see, Google doesn't even allow you to do manual CPC, which is a bidding strategy that we want to be in control of our ads. So from here, I'm going to show you guys how to do that because you don't have that option here, but we'll do that later. Okay, so depending on what your bidding strategy is, it could be conversions, it could be conversion value or clicks or impression share. Okay, if you're just starting out, you want to go with either conversions or clicks. Okay, so if you're going to click on conversions, it just means that you're telling Google, hey, go out there and try to find me conversions. And conversions, you can define a conversion as a lead. So for each lead is considered a conversion for your business. However, if your Google ad account is brand new, meaning that you don't have any data yet, meaning that Google doesn't know what a conversion for your business is yet because you haven't defined what a conversion is for your business yet. Because conversion could be defined as sales, could be a lead, it could be just a phone call, it could just be a contact form fill. So Google doesn't know what a conversion is yet. Okay. So what I recommend if you were to start out using smart bidding strategy, of course, is clicks. Okay. This just goes to show, or this just goes to tell Google, hey, go out there and try to get me clicks for my ads. And then you also want to set a maximum cost per click bid limit. You want to limit how much Google is paying for how much you're paying for a click. Otherwise, they're just going to go crazy and you're going to blow through the budget pretty quickly. Okay, so you need to do a little bit of research. Do a little bit of research on what that number is. So for example, I'll show you guys how to do that right now. So we're going to click on tools and setting. We're going to go in keyword planner. And we'll do this really quickly so we can keep the video short and straight to the point for you guys. Okay, so we're gonna go to keyword ideas and we're gonna want to change, we're not gonna want to target the whole United States, okay? So you want to just target your area, wherever you want to target, okay? So for example, let's just say you are in Phoenix, Arizona, and we actually have clients nearby here as well, so okay, so we're targeting Phoenix, Arizona. We want to target the keyword drain cleaning, okay? So we want to know how much it is. So it's anywhere between $50 to $100. Honestly, this is pretty expensive because you're in Phoenix, Arizona. I don't want to scare you guys, so let's just go into a different city, okay? So Phoenix is a competitive area, which is why the cost is going to be higher. But let's just say maybe you are in, I don't know. Let's just say maybe you're in Miami, okay? Miami, Florida. Hopefully it's less. Okay, there we go. More reasonable numbers so that way you guys aren't scared to run Google Ads. It's actually inexpensive if you set it up the right way. If you set it up the right way, it's going to be profitable. Okay. So I didn't want to scare you guys, but you're going to see anywhere, as you can see, anywhere between $12 and $26. Okay. And it's going to give you all these other keyword examples for you to base off your keywords off of. So you can kind of see, get a feel for how much you're going to be paying on average per click. Okay. So $12, 26, 13 to 35, and so forth. Okay. So our best bet, 12 to 26. So we know that $12 on the low end, $26 on the high end. And Google is going to charge you, depending on seasonality, competition, and just what the market looks like. And then also how well your campaign is set up as well. Because the better you set up your campaign and your quality score is higher, then Google will reward you by giving you lower cost per click. Okay. And assuming if you don't set up the right way and you're kind of just a little bit everywhere, then you're going to be paying a premium for that. Okay, so let's just say we want to max this out at $18, okay, for this example. So maximum cost per click, we want to do at $18. Okay, and you might be asking, Jordan, what happens if I bid under this? What if I only want to pay $5 per click? Well, then if you're telling Google, hey, I only want to spend $5 per click, then chances are Google is not going to send you any traffic, okay? Because the minimum is here. This is what your competition is about paying. And if you're under it, Google's not going to give you any traffic. And if you're paying over $26, then obviously your ad's going to be showing up more often. But then that just means you're going to be paying more per click and you might blow through your budget a little bit quicker. So, I mean, it depends on how conservative or how aggressive you want to be with your ads. Okay. And that's why, if you are looking for help, we actually handle our plumbing clients to make sure that you get the best cost per click to keep your cost per leads low. So that way you can have consistent, good high volume of phone calls coming in. And this is where, hiring a Google Ads agency to do this for you is really beneficial. But if you want to run it yourself, just follow along on this video. Okay, so we decided that we want to pay about $18 per cost per click, okay? Customer acquisition, don't worry about that. We're going to hit next. Okay, so here is another example of Google trying to get you to spend more. Okay, Google wants you to show your ads to their Google search partners and their display network. Okay, and essentially your ads are just going to be shown out more on their partner website, not so much on the search engine. And from my experience with this is that you're gonna get really low quality leads at a, I mean, the cost is gonna be cheaper, yes, but the quality of leads is gonna be not as great. And you just don't want to waste your time with low quality leads, right? Because the whole purpose of running ads is not to waste our time. We want phone calls coming in that's going to generate us money and new jobs so that we can scale our business, we can hire more people, expand our vans, our fleet, and things like that. All right. So we don't want to waste our times with low quality leads. So we're just gonna go ahead and uncheck both of those. For locations, okay. So under locations, we're gonna hit on enter another locations, and then we're gonna go to advanced search. And as you can see, if you guys didn't notice this, but Google at default has you targeting all countries and territories. This means that you're targeting the whole entire world, okay? And for some people who aren't paying attention and they just trying to launch a campaign, this is how you're gonna blow through your budget, right? You don't want your ads showing up in, Vietnam or something like that, right? So if you're US based, you want to not just target not just the United States either, but you want to target your local area. And I've talked to so many business owners, they're like, "Hey Jordan, we get so many out of the area calls. Like we're getting calls from out of states, out of like 50 miles away from where we're actually servicing. Like what's going on?" And here's one of the reasons why, okay? So locations. So we're going to enter another location, advanced search, and what you want to do is target your area. Okay, in this case, we are targeting Miami. So we can go ahead and type in Miami and we can target that. Okay, and it's going to target all of Miami right there. You have another option of doing Miami regions. So they have Fort Lauderdale, they have um, Dade County. I'm not too sure how to pronounce that, but you can target that and it's going to be a lot wider. Okay. So depending on how far you want to go out. And the cool thing with this too is that Google is going to tell you about your reach, your population in the city. It's going to be about 7.4 million people if you're targeting Miami. So that's a good amount of people your ad should be showing and you should be seeing traffic. If you just live in a smaller town, if you live in a smaller town where it's like maybe a couple 100,000 people, then you might want to target more areas, right? Because you're not going to get enough search volume and your ads aren't really going to be showing as much and you're not going to really see any traffic coming from your Google ads. So you can target off of city, you can target based off of a radius. So let's just say we want to target a 20-mile radius around Miami. So that is what that's going to look like. Okay. So it's just going to go 20 miles around Miami, and that's what it's going to look like. So depending on what areas you want to service, how far out you want to service, you could do that. Um, what we've done for our clients is if you already know, like if you've been doing business for a while now and you know exactly what areas you tend to get the most jobs out of, right? So like you might just have like a list of zip codes or a list of cities where you just know regularly this is where we close jobs and we get a ton of jobs from because there's going to be obviously some areas um that might not be a good fit for your business, or maybe you just know a certain area you don't want to go there, or if you know they can't afford your services for whatever reason, then you might not want to target those areas. Okay, so for some of you guys that might have more data already, who's been in business, and you have that list of cities or zip codes, you can literally just take those zip codes, copy and paste it into here. Okay, so we can add locations in bulk right there and then just copy and paste it right into here and then just target the areas that you already know that you get a ton of jobs in. Okay, and then from there we're just going to hit save. All right, so from here, okay, locations options, you can see it's hidden. Okay, there's a lot of like little details inside of setting up Google Ads to make sure it's successful. And if you skip over this, you're going to be spending more than you should be, and you're not going to be seeing the amount of phone calls or return on investment. Okay, so we're going to click on location options. From here, what we're going to do is hit presence people in or regularly in your target locations. And what this is saying is that we only want to target people who is in our target locations, okay? Google by default has this option picked. And what this says is that you're targeting people who are regularly in, or who have shown interest in your target location. So this means, and it's also recommended by Google, which is not the right thing to do. Okay. And what this is saying is basically if someone is from California and they might search up plumber or drain cleaner, drain cleaning in Miami, your ad is going to show up to that person in California. And you don't want that to happen, okay? Because you don't want people from California clicking on your ads. You want people in Miami clicking on your ads. And you might be thinking, Jordan, it might be someone from California calling for their parents in Miami, and that may be true, but listen, we are paying for high intent leads, okay? We don't want to risk or waste our money, our budget on these maybes, okay? So we want to be as targeted as possible. We want to make sure that the quality of traffic that we're targeting and the people that are clicking on our ads are people who are going to pay us for our services. Okay. So that's the most important part. So that's why we're going to pick this option. From here, languages, you can leave it as English. If you want to target Spanish speakers or whoever else, you can go ahead and add that in. Audience segments, don't worry about that. And don't worry about that. More settings. So for ad rotations, I like to leave it at optimized. You can just leave it best for performing ads, and Google is just going to show the best ads. More settings, start and end date, ad schedule. Okay. Now, this is really important because a lot of business owners are going to be like, oh, we'll run the ads 24/7. If we miss it, we'll just send them to our, answering machine or our call center. And here's the thing, you want to run your ads during um, during hours where you have someone trained and available, be able to pick up the phone, talk to the lead, and book the lead in. Okay. I was working with one of a client, and he was having, like, I think his mom answered the phone, and we were generating like a lot of phone calls. Okay. And he was like, hey, Jordan, we're seeing the volume, but for some reason we're not getting that many jobs. And so we have a call tracking system in place where all of our clients are able to track exactly all the calls that we generate for them. And then you can also listen back on the calls as well to see how that call went. Okay. So I went into their call tracking system. I listened in on some of the calls. His mom was picking up the phone, and his mom was just having like a 20-minute conversation with these leads. And that's not going to do it. Okay. So typically, I mean, you should be able to book that lead in within 5 minutes. Okay. Like after 5 minutes, it's just too many, like, back and forth or questions going on. You should be within 5 minutes, you should be able to come off as an expert, get an estimate, figure out what their situation is, and let them know that what you can do to help them. Okay. And let them know that you can book them on this date. Should take no longer than 5 minutes. On average, you should do it within 2 minutes. Okay. So that's how quick the phone call should be. And anything beyond that, I mean, at this point, you're just having a conversation. Okay. So you want someone trained and available, be able to pick up the phone and book the leads in. Okay. We don't want to have a conversation with these people. We want to book them in. We want to fill out your calendar. All right. So whatever that is, it might be Monday through Friday. It could be, every single day. That might be from, like, I don't know, 5 a.m. to 10 p.m., whatever your hours is. You want to set it during those business hours. Okay. Now from here, ad groups. So I want you to think of the campaign as the house. Okay. The campaign that we built is the house. The ad groups, which is what we're building, are individual rooms inside that house. Okay. And each room should have its own service. Okay. So, which means we don't want to have one room where we're advertising for drain cleaning, hydrogenning, And then we also do emergency plumbing. We do shower cleaning or shower unclogging, whatever. Okay. You want to break out each individual services into its own room. And I see this mistake so many times. Okay, so each ad group is one room. So which means each ad group should be a specific service, one service. Okay, we don't want to be advertising multiple different things in one ad group. So in this ad group, we want to target just drain cleaning. Okay, and let's just say you want to run ads for emergency plumbing, 24-hour plumbing, then we would create a separate ad group just for that. All right. So keep it really, really simple. Drain cleaning. Okay. So a couple of things you could do here. You can enter your URL for drain cleaning. And then Google will recommend you some keywords. You can enter a product or service, and they will also um, give you ideas, recommendations. Okay. So let's just go ahead and try this out. Type in drain clean. Let's get keyword suggestions. And let's see if Google comes up with anything. Okay, here we go. So this kind of helps you out. But again, you want to review all of this, okay? Because Google is, like I said, their main thing is to get you to spend the most money, okay? So you can see here, drain service, drain cleaning services near me, sewer clean out, sewer line clean out, main line, hydrojet plumbing. I would even break out the hydrojet plumbing because it doesn't have the main keyword drain cleaning in there. I would just break that out. And the more relevant, the more tight knit your ad groups can be, the higher the quality score of your campaign is going to be, and the lower you're going to be paying cost per click. Okay. So if it starts to get a little uh, broad and a little bit of everywhere, this is where Google is going to penalize you in a way, in that sense by making you pay more per click. Right. So we're just going to keep it simple. So if you like, I mean, you would go in here and you just take out some of the keywords that you don't like and whatnot. But let's just say we're going to go drain, cleaning near. You want to target that keyword. And we might want to target the keyword like drain plumber. Okay. So two really good keywords that you would want to target. Now, there are three different match types when it comes to keywords. Okay. Number one, we have your broad match keywords, which is the keyword itself spelled like this, no special signs going on. And then we have our phrase match, which is, what is this? Quotations, drain, plumber, quotations. And then lastly, we have in brackets, drain, plumber, which is exact match. So this is an exact match, and this is the phrase match keyword. So what is the difference between these three keywords? Okay, we have our broad, our phrase, and our exact. So broad match just means that Google will trigger your ad, will show your ad if someone searches for something that Google believes is similar to drain plumber. Okay, it could be anything. So that's why it's broad match. So typically with broad match, you're going to see more volume, more impressions, you're going to see more traffic because you're more broad. Google is showing your ads to whatever is similar to drain plumber. Okay. Now with phrase match, Google is going to show your ad if the search term, if someone searches up drain and the word drain plumber in that order in the search term. So for example, if someone searches up drain plumber near me, your ad will show up. Okay. So it doesn't matter what comes after or before, but as long as the word drain and plumber in that specific order, um, then your ad will show up. Okay. So someone might search up best drain plumber. Okay. The word best is before drain plumber. Your ad will still show up. Now, that is the phrase match. Now, Google has kind of like, they've been changing it up a couple times here. And they've actually, even though it's a phrase match, they've as of late, they broadened it up a little bit more. So it might not be in this order every time, and Google will still trigger your ads. And it's just so I think they're just trying to make it easier for advertisers, maybe, or maybe they're just trying to increase their profitability. I'm not too entirely sure, but is this rule is less strict now than it was before. That's all I'm saying. Okay. So that's why I like to stick with phrase match anyways, because it's going to be similar to broad, but at least it's not like broad. Okay. And then exact match is pretty straightforward. Someone has to search up train plumber exactly in order for your ad to show up. So this is going to be more high intent, more specific. Okay. So for, those are going to be the difference for different phrase match. Okay. And obviously, you're going to want to target all the keywords that you want to do. You might be asking, how many keywords should I be targeting? There's no really like specific limit, but you don't really you don't need like a long list of keywords, okay? Because your phrase match is going to cover a lot of those keywords anyway, so you're good. And it just makes it a lot easier to manage as well if you're not looking at a big list of keywords. Okay, so just target like your highest intent keywords that you believe that people are going to search up and hire your services. So a lot of words with near me is going to work. Okay. All right. So for the ads, your final URL, you want to send it to whatever page that you want to send them to. Okay. Now, 90% of business owners make the mistake of sending their paid traffic to their website. Okay. So for example, let's do plumber near me. Okay. So I'm going to search up plumber near me. And as you can see, there's 3 people right here top that are running ads. I'm going to go click on each one of them. And let's see who's doing it right and who's doing it wrong. Okay. Okay. So all 3 of them are, I would say 2 of them are wrong. Okay. So as you can see here, like I said, 90% of business owners make the mistake of sending paid traffic to their website. And as you can see, we clicked on the ad, we get to the site. Okay. Number 1, 0 trusted reviews. Come on, man. And then just a ton of words. Like there's just too much going on. Okay. We want to be sending our traffic to a landing page. And the difference between a landing page and a website is that a website is more general information. You're going to have the contact, the jobs, career, the drains, plumbing, water heaters, email, phone number, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, LinkedIn. Okay. Just all this information that us as a visitor can click on and go check out. However, people on the internet have the attention span of about a goldfish, which is about 7 seconds. And about 2 to 3 seconds of that is the page actually loading, which means you have about 4 to 5 seconds left to convert that paid traffic into a lead for your business. And if you're unable to do that, chances are your conversion rate isn't going to be good. And you're not going to get a lot of people converting into leads for your business, right? So if you have about 4 to 5 seconds to do that, why would you want them to look at your about us, right? Why would you want them to look at your blogs, your videos? Why would you want them to go look at your TikTok, Instagram content? Okay. All that is irrelevant. Same as here. Okay. Just a lot of information. We want to be specific. Okay. And the purpose of a landing page is designed to convert paid traffic into leads for your business. And we take away all those options. And the only option that we have on this specific page is to either call them or schedule online, as you could see. There are no other links that takes me anywhere else, okay? There's no TikTok, there's no Facebook, there's no blogs or nothing like that, okay? And this is a great landing page, by the way. Really, really good landing page by Ruderman here. They're very popular. As you can see, they have credibility because they have this video that shows like their team actually working. They have faces on the landing page. This is we can see that it's a legit business because there's real people who are actually working. They have an incentive. Um, they have an incentive for us to call for $49 drain cleaning. So that makes us want to call, just more credibility. Here's what they're trusted by. Overall, just really a great landing page. And this is what's going to convert compared to these guys. Okay, so if you ran ads in the past, or if you are running it currently, or if you plan on running it, and you're setting it to a page that looks like this, or a website in general, chances are you better have like the best offer or something, but because you're probably not going to convert that paid traffic into leads for your business. Okay. So I know that Rooter Man, they're like a more popular business and things like that, more well known, but I have clients that are not Rooter Man, and we still see a really good ROI because we set it up the right way. Okay. Rooter Man's not going to get all the traffic possible out there. Okay. There's a ton of market for everybody. All right. So that's that. And then let's go back to here, or let's go back to here now. Okay, so that's the example of why you shouldn't send it to a website. So URL, make sure you send it to a landing page. But if you can't, worst case scenario, send it to a website, or just have our team or have a Google Ads agency set it up for you. Okay, display path. In this case, we're going to do drain dash clean, just because we want it to be as relevant as possible. Maybe you offer, I don't know, free estimates, free consultations, whatever incentives, you can put that there as well. So that's what I like to put as a display path. For headlines, okay, for headlines, we like to put number one, our first headline, we like to put who we are, what it is that we do. In this case, we are drain plumbers, okay? So drain, I don't know, drain cleaning Miami, okay? That is an example of a headline. And we might want to hype it up a little bit more, maybe number one rated drain cleaning Miami. Okay, we get up to 90 characters or 30 characters. And I would like to pin that to position number one. Okay, who we are, what we do. That is what headline number one is usually how I set it up. Headline number two is going to be our call to action or incentive. Okay, so whatever incentive, maybe you have an offer, a coupon, um, okay, that you could put in here. So it might be, for example, like Rooterman, they have $49 drain cleaning today. Okay, that could be, that would be your headline number two. Your incentive might be call, or your call to action might be call for a free estimate. Okay, that would work too. That would be headline number two. So headline number two is incentive or call to action. Okay. Headline number three. Now, headline number three doesn't really show up most of the time. As you can see here, just right here is just one, two headlines, one, two headline, one, two headline. Okay. They don't really show the third headline as much. So you don't have to worry too much about it. But in this case, for educational purposes, headline number three, I like to put some type of credibility or maybe another like incentive. Okay. So maybe right here, we use the call to action. So headline number three, we might put something like, I don't know, fast, reliable, and affordable. Okay, that would be headline number three. It could be, I don't know, you guys might arrive. We arrive in 60 minutes. Okay, or less. Does that fit? No. Okay, so we arrive in 60 minutes. Okay, whatever incentive, whatever enticing thing that you have, that could be headline number three. And like I said, don't worry about it too much because it doesn't get shown as much. Description, just go ahead and type out your descriptions, whatever you want to say. You get 90 characters, fill it out all the way. Don't stop at 40, 50 characters. Fill it out all the way to 90 characters. And if you can't think of something, just fill it all the way out. Okay, so you can use like, words from the headlines too. So you might say something along the lines of like, number one rated drain cleaning plumbers in Miami. I don't know, free estimates, call for free estimates. You could do, $49 special offer today. Okay. So that's 84 characters. You're good. And then you want to do two of those things. All right. So I can't write an ad because I don't have a website, Google's not going to let me launch it. So we're just going to leave that empty. But that is how you write effective ads to get people to see it and click on it to get to your landing page. Okay. Because if you're writing, crappy ad copies where you didn't follow what I taught you guys and you're kind of just saying, uh, I don't know, this, we might see a bad ad copy here. Oh, here's a great example of a bad ad copy, okay? This person is running ads and literally the only headline here is same day service, okay? This is an example of a bad ad copy. And like I'm telling you guys, there's 90% of business owners who are running ads just like this. And this is why you shouldn't worry about competition if you are watching this video. You're going to stand out. You're going to be in the top like 5% in the Google advertising space. Okay. So 5 to 10%, give or take. All right. So this is a perfect example of bad ad copy here. And what happens is that if your ad is being shown to, let's say, 100 people and no one clicks on your ad, and Google compares that to another ad where that ad gets shown to 100 people and maybe 10 people click on their ad, that's called a 10% click through rate, right? 10 people, 100 people saw it, 10 people clicked on it. 10% compared to 0%. Google is going to reward the person that got a 10% click through rate by giving them lower cost per click. Okay. And the reason for that is because Google is the number one search engine. They want their ads and whatever is showing up on that first page of Google to be as relevant as possible to the person searching for whatever they're looking for. Okay, so that's why Google will reward you by for helping them be the number one search engine. So I don't know what this. So yep. So it's here we click on their ad, it gets sent to um, their website. Okay, so this is I mean, chances are their ads are probably not converting, and they probably need help with Google Ads, to be honest. If you reach out, chances are they're probably losing money. Um, so as you can see, I mean, it's just, websites. I mean, it's not all that great. And it's not to say that, their services might be really awesome, but as far as like advertising goes, um, that's not the way to do it. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and hit next. Your budget. Okay. Your budget is also going to be really important. Okay. If your budget is too small, you're not going to get enough opportunities of phone calls to see a return on investment. Okay. If your budget's too small, you might only get what? If you only see like 5 phone calls, chances are you're not going to be really, you're not really moving the needle. Okay. And so we recommend, depending on your area, obviously, depending on how competitive your marketplace is, we like to recommend a minimum budget, depending on there's a lot of factors and things like that, but the minimum budget I recommend for most Google businesses is going to be anywhere between $1,500 to $2,500 minimum recommended as your monthly marketing budget. Okay. If your budget's too low, like I said, you're not going to get enough traffic and you're just going to be wasting time. But if you have that budget of between 1,500 to 2,500 as a starting point, okay, you can run the ads, and then from there we can adjust the budget accordingly to meet your goals. So, you might say, hey, Jordan, we want to see more phone calls coming in. Then all you would need to do, assuming that your campaign is set up the right way, your cost per lead, your performance is where it needs to be, then all you would need to do is to increase your monthly budget to get more phone calls coming in, right? So for example, like we have that client, he spends $150,000 a month on ads, but we weren't always there, right? He actually started with us as a small company. He was like one office. He has multiple offices now, but he started off with one office, and he started off with us spending $5,000 a month, okay? And then from there, he saw the ROI from month to month. We increased it to 10, 20, 25, 30, 50, 80, 100, and then we worked our way up to 150. Okay. So don't worry if you've don't have a big budget yet and you feel like you're not going to see a whole lot of volume or whatnot, I'm giving you guys the blueprint to, to take the right steps to get to that, to get to spending $100,000 per month, okay, or even 50, or even 20, or even 10. Okay. Because as you take those steps and you scale your advertising up, that's how you're really going to be able to scale your business. And if you just follow this video, you set it up all the right way, or if you just have us set it up for you guys, that's the steps that we help you guys take to get to that point. Right. So Google's going to give you some recommended budgets here. As you can see, they're going to tell you, uh, like higher ends, you're going to want to get you to spend, $4,000 a week. That's going to be like what, $12,000 a month. Your recommended budget here is 5,000 bucks a week, right? So that's like 15, $20,000 a month. And for most plumbing businesses, most plumbing companies, or a lot of you guys might not have the budget for that yet. Some of you guys might do, which would be great. And you'll see that volume and a lot of data coming in right away. Just make sure you have your campaign set up properly. Okay. Otherwise, you're just gonna be spending money on unnecessary things. Okay. So what I would like to say is keep the budget. If you're just starting out, let's just say we're doing at 3,000. Okay. And how do we calculate that? So let me show you guys how to do that. So let's just say our budget is $3,000. Okay. And we run our ads 5 days a week, Monday through Friday. Okay. 5 days a week. There's 4 weeks. So in a month, we're running our ads for 20 days. 20 days of our ads actually running. So we would take our monthly budget of 3,000, divide that by how many days we're running ads, which is 20 days in a month. Our That would give us our daily budget of $150. Okay. So our custom budget would be $150. Okay. And so that is exactly how we calculate things. Google is going to tell you here weekly cost $1,000. I know, because and they're looking at as you're running 7 days a week, okay? And I'm showing you guys what you need to do if you're running ads for a specific amount of days, okay? So for example, if you're just running your ads for maybe 3 days a week, okay? You take your monthly budget total, which is 3,000 or whatever it is, you divide that by 3 days a week, 4 weeks a month. So you divide that by 12. And that's going to give you $250 as your daily budget if you're running your ads for 3 days a week. Okay. So as you can see, if you have a smaller budget, then you'd probably want to run your ads less days so that you have bigger daily budgets. So you have more spending power in an individual day compared to spreading it out on a 7 day week schedule, and then your daily budget might only be like $50 or something like that, and that might not be enough to get you the clicks that you need, the amount of clicks that you need to get you leads. Okay, so $3,000 is fine. For $150 is fine. We'll hit next, and we're gonna go ahead and hit confirm. All right, guys. So after you guys verify, all you need to do is hit publish campaign. Obviously, we're gonna have issues because we didn't put a website in and things like that, but all you would do is publish your campaign. All right. So we're almost there, okay? Appreciate you guys sticking to this far in the video. Show some love if you guys are made it this far. Drop a thumbs up, subscribe, show some love in the comment section. I'm giving you guys a whole lot of data here from what we've learned, just from spending a lot of money with, working with plumbing clients all throughout the US and even some outside the US as well. So here, as you can see, we have our ad group. Let me go ahead and just leave that on here. Okay, so here's the campaign that we created. Okay, that was our drain cleaning. Now we're gonna go down here. We're gonna hit show more, and I like to just start from the bottom. I'm gonna start with the devices tab. Okay, computer, mobile, and tablets. Depending on what devices you want to target, you can turn some off. You can bid more. You can choose to pay more for a specific device. Okay, so for example, let's just say you don't want to target tablets. You don't want your ads showing on like iPads and stuff like that. So you can decrease it by 100%. And this means your ad won't show to people who are searching on tablet devices. Now, this may be beneficial for people who have smaller ad budgets, and you might want to just be more tight in where your ads are being shown. But if you are someone with a much bigger ad budget, maybe like 10K per month, then you could be a little bit more flexible. You can target more devices, you can target more days, target more hours, right? You can be bigger on your campaign. For ad schedule here, as you can see, we're doing Monday, we're doing 24/7. And in this case, we might not want to do that. Let's change it up. So we're going to change it to just Monday through Fridays. We can change it to a 12 o'clock if we want to. And maybe we only are available from, I don't know, 5 a.m. to 10 p.m. Okay. And then we would hit save. And as you can see here, Google is made that change. You're now doing it from Monday through Friday from 5 a.m. to 10 p.m. And you can make changes by hitting that pencil button. From here, we can do locations. You can change up the locations, okay? You can add more cities, more areas. You can do that there. Uh, if we go up into the settings tab here, as you can see here, we can review the name of our campaign. We can look at our locations, make sure that we're targeting the right people, not people who are interested in. And then here's the secret that I was going to tell you guys towards the end of the video is how to take control of your ads, okay? How do you specifically bid for how much you're paying instead of allowing Google or their smart campaigns or their smart bidding strategy to do the bids for you, right? And yes, Google's algorithm, they're very smart. I've worked with someone where they say, hey, should like Google is smart. Like, shouldn't we just allow them to bid for us? And you can do that. They are smart. They will do the biddings and make sure you're getting traffic essentially. But they don't have your best interest as far as, a business standpoint, as far as making sure that you're getting the most return on your investment. They are a business and they're going to try to be the most profitable as most profitable as they can. Okay, so in order to change that, what we want to do is hit change bidding strategy. From here all the way down here where they hide it right here, you want to select a different bid strategy, which is not recommended. And it might be for good reasons. I mean, Google was built for business owners. So maybe in the beginning of time, they wanted to just make things really easy for business owners to start and run campaigns. But as time has gone by, obviously competition has gone up. There's much more people running ads on Google now, meaning, the profit margins might not be as great as what it was back then. And the cost is going to be not as it was back then. It's probably going to be a lot higher now than it was before. So what we want to do is click on that. Then we're going to click on this, go down to manual bid strategies, hit manual CPC, and we can uncheck that to not allow Google to, uh, raise our bidding on how much we're paying for a click. Okay. And it gets a little bit advanced, but just for best practices, but you can just leave it off. We're going to hit save. So now we are in control of how much we're paying per click. Okay, so what we want to do from there is go back to our ad group, which is right here. This is our campaign on the top next to this magnifying glass. Right below that is our rooms, which is our ad groups. Okay, so depending on how many rooms you have, it'll be below your campaign. So from here, we can click on your ad groups. We're going to go to keywords. Here we are targeting one keyword because I deleted all the other ones. But let's see here. Its status is pending. We have broad match. Let's go ahead and hit refresh. So Google should give you the option to bid. Okay, now it's here. Before it wasn't here because it was on automated bidding strategy. But uh, now we can actually change the max cost per click, how much we're willing to pay for this keyword, okay? And we remember from the beginning of our video when we did a keyword planning, we saw that it was going to be a click is going to be anywhere between $12 to $28 on the high end. And we said that we only want to be bidding at $18, okay? Where we're still competitive, but we're not like too conservative with our bidding, but we're not also being too aggressive and paying like that $26, $28, okay? So we're gonna bid at $18 and we're gonna hit save twice. So now this keyword, what we're telling Google is that we're willing to pay up to $18 per click for this specific keyword. Okay. It doesn't mean they're going to charge you $18 every time. Sometimes it might be 12, sometimes it might be $8, but we're willing to pay up to $18. Okay. And the way they're going to charge you, it's going to be it's considered a bid auction. So it depends on your competition, the marketplace, a lot of varying factors on how Google determines what you pay per click. But this is us telling Google, hey, that's how much we want to pay. Okay. And then we have our keyword. We can change it to phrase or exact match by clicking on that. We can add more keywords by clicking on this plus button, add more keywords there. Google is going to give you some recommendations over here. If it makes sense to you, you can go ahead and add those. And then they'll remind you here, the match types, you have broad, phrase, and exact. Okay. For ads, you can click here and so forth. So you want to go through all those tabs and just make sure everything is the way it needs to look. All right. Now, I don't want to make this video too long, but I'll go over one last thing here, okay? What we want to do is click on Tools and Settings, and we want to click on Conversions, okay? Under Measurements, there's Conversions. And this is where we'll be able to define what a conversion is for our business, okay? So we're going to click on New Conversion Action, and we want to do two things. Number one, our website. And the second thing is phone calls, okay? So what we want to do is we want to tell Google that, hey, every single phone call that comes in from your ads, we're going to count that as one conversion. Also, for every person that fills out our contact form and lands on our thank you page for filling out the contact form, we also want to define that person as a conversion, right? Because they became a lead for our business. So in order to do that, you'll have to scan your website and then you can get instructions to copy and paste some codes onto your website, okay? I don't have a website domain for this example now, but just go ahead and throw your landing page URL in there and follow the directions. I'm going to show you guys, however, how to do the phone calls one. Okay, so for phone calls, what we're going to do is click on here. We're going to do calls to a phone number on your website. Okay, so on your landing page or website, you will have a number that you want to use. Ideally, you should have a tracking number. You might want to have a use a call tracking system, some type of call tracking software. So you know that every time someone calls that number, you know it's coming from Google Ads. And that way you can track how many calls is coming from Google Ads compared to your organics, right? Your direct mailing, your word of mouth, or whatever, however you want to track things. But you want to have a specific tracking number for Google Ads. Okay, that way you have data from Google. Hit continue. What we're going to name this conversion name, phone calls to website. Okay, super simple. We're not going to use a value because they're just calling you. We don't know if they're actually becoming a customer yet, right? And then on the count, we only want to count one. Okay, that way we don't want, in case some people might call more than one time, we don't want to count that one person as like 5 leads. Okay, so we want to count one call as one lead. Phone numbers, we're going to do here. You're just going to type in your tracking number. So whatever that is, I'm just going to type in a random one. Okay. Copy that display number here. So that is our tracking number. Okay. Call length, you can leave it as 30 seconds. You can leave it, you can put 30 seconds. Call length is just meaning, you got to enter a minimum length that a call needs to be to last in order for it to count as a conversion. Okay. So if you tell Google, hey, I want to set it to 30 seconds. So the call needs to be 30 seconds or longer to count as one conversion, right? Because sometimes a call will come in and it might get dropped in like the first 5 seconds. Google's not going to count that as conversion. It might be a marketing call or someone that's irrelevant that calls in and you're just like within the first 10 seconds, this person is not for you, and you hang up, you're not going to count that as a lead. Okay. And so the more data you can feed Google, and Google has a better understanding of what a lead is for your business, their algorithm is just going to automatically pick up on that data and then start showing your ads to people that you actually want. Okay, so that's why it's so powerful with this online paid ads and algorithm because it's all data driven. Okay, super cool. Okay, so for attribution, I like to do last clicks. You can read about it more if you want to do that, but it's up to you. We're gonna hit create and continue. From here, you can send the tag to your web developer to copy and paste the codes. If you're doing it yourself, hit install the tag yourself. From here, we're going to copy this code right here. And this code needs to be on every single one of your pages, okay? So if you just have one landing page, just put on, then it's really simple. Just put it there, okay? But this needs to be in the header that it's going to overlook all of your pages. The snippet code needs to be, this code needs to be on the pages that has your tracking number on there, okay? And this is going to tell Google, it's gonna help Google be able to track every time that someone calls this number, they're gonna be able to record that data and then push that data back into your Google's ad account algorithm so that once you get more data, more conversions picks up, your campaign will improve over time as far as performance because you're feeding your ad account more data, right? So just copy this code and paste it onto your landing page with the phone number. And then pretty much you're all done. Hit next, and you should be good to go. So each time someone lands on your page, they call that number, that's gonna be recorded as one conversion. Okay, and then same for submit lead form. This is the website one. What you want to do is record a lead every time they get onto your thank you page. So they might have, scheduled the call with you online. They might have filled the contact form. If they land on the landing page, we know that they became a lead for our business, and we want to count that as a lead, as a conversion for our business. And we want to push that data back into Google so that Google can improve their performance for us. And that, guys, is exactly about $2 million worth of data, worth of information for you guys. You guys can skip the learning curve and start scaling your business. And if this is too much for you, maybe you don't have time to do this yourself. We've actually managed, close to $10 million now in ads. Let me see how much have we done? We've done, we managed close to $10 million on ads now. So we have a ton of data on what works and what doesn't. And if you want to skip the learning curve and not like figure this out, me and my team will be more than happy to, um, you know, do this for you, set it up. We can get it done within, a week, get everything set up properly. Once we have it set up for you, we give you a heads up. You give us the green light to go live with your campaign. Once we go live with your campaign, you should start seeing phone calls come in within that same week. Not only that, but you also have access to my team, me and my team, our data, so that we can continue to give you the blueprint and the steps to get you to scale your advertising campaign. So that way you can scale your business and grow. As you can see here, this is our ad account, and we've managed close to $10 million $10 million in Google ad spend here. So about, whatever that big number is, $10 million has been managed by us. We work with more than just the plumbing niche. We're in some of the most competitive niches. We work with all clients all throughout the US, some outside the US in different countries. And we'd be able to help you out. So if you're interested in having us set this up, manage it for you, then there's going to be a link in the description below this video. You'll be able to schedule a call with myself or my team member, and we'll see if we're a good fit for you. We'll give you guys basically a strategy call and game plan exactly how we'll be able to put everything together for you and help you grow your business. So that's going to be in the description below this video if you're interested in something like that. But if not, follow this video's guide and you will be able to grow your plumbing business or whatever niche you're in. This will apply for any niche that you're in, okay? So my name is Jordan. Show some love, and I'll see you guys in the next video.